Right now, though, let's talk to Elliot Keck from the Taxpayers Alliance, because apparently more than £232 million has been paid out in compensation for an HS2 line, which is basically never going to be built. I'm not sure why any of this is going on. Elliot, do tell us, clear it up for us. What on earth is happening?
Well, a very good morning, Mike. And yes, this is an absolute classic of the genre. So at the Conservative Party conference last year, Rishi Sunak did actually one of the few sensible things that he's done during his premiership by scrapping the northern leg of HS2, which was set to go from Birmingham to Manchester. But HS2 Limited, the company, the Quango that runs the project, had already purchased a significant amount of land, a significant number of properties, and had pledged to purchase a significant number more where the track would be built. And as a result, hundreds of millions of pounds have been paid out to people to purchase properties that will never actually be needed.
Yeah, I mean, that is a ridiculous thing that I always thought was bonkers, because they went about everything sort of in a very, very haphazard manner, didn't they? Because I remember for years, the only reason I know this is because where I got my dog from, the farm, which was up in sort of not far from Uxbridge somewhere, was completely kind of surrounded by roads closed and workers working on HS2, and you couldn't get from sort of the main town of Uxbridge to this place without going about a 20-mile detour, you know. And so they'd bought all the houses in that particular area, which wouldn't have come cheap, and they were running this line, and that part will, I presume, will still work when it eventually opens. But loads of it, they were buying land way in advance of what they were planning to do, which always seemed like a stupid idea to me.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And you do wonder whether or not the organisation responsible put into place any measures to see if they could reclaim some of the money, if the project was cancelled, to see if they could actually cancel some of the purchases that had already been agreed if they hadn't gone through yet. Apparently, there's another £13 million worth of purchases that have been agreed to but not been completed, and which HS2 will allow to go ahead. That seems like a terrible idea to me. But listen, it speaks to the failure of forward planning. We warned in 2011 that the costs of HS2 could end up trebling. We were told it was ridiculous. We were told that it was nonsense. We were told that we were talking utter tripe. And yet, lo and behold, the government now admits the costs have trebled, and as a result, they're only going to build London to Birmingham, an utterly useless section of track which the country doesn't need.
Absolutely right, and which nobody really asked for in the first place. And you know, the whole point of HS2 was to move people around quicker, and now fewer people are moving around anyway, because we've had, of course, the work from home brigade. We were talking about that today again. So people are not actually using the trains during the week as much as they used to anyway.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's one of the reasons why the railways needed tens of billions of pounds worth of subsidies over the last few years, because of the collapse in the number of people using the railways. That has started to recover. But listen, there are regions all over the United Kingdom which have very, very poor transport links, whether it's buses, trains, trams, which are in desperate need of some improvements, some local railways, and yet we've decided to build this absolute massive white elephant from London to Birmingham, of course, a route that you can already do in an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly right. And actually from London as opposed to from West London, where the link is going to come in, which is nowhere near London. What about the situation then for somebody who had their house sort of compulsory purchased? Presumably they can now go back and buy their house, having been compensated for the sale of it, and make a profit.
Well, that's a good question. I actually don't know the answer to that. I'd assume a lot of these people, you know, they will have been given pretty generous sums. They may have already bought a place elsewhere, but I mean, certainly that'd be something interesting to explore and to look into.
Yeah, I would think so. Elliot, good to talk to you. Thanks very much indeed. Elliot Keck from the Taxpayers Alliance on this story.